am.
We're going.
You are. There I am. Yeah. Oh, God. You know, the people will never know the pain. The people will never know the pain of coming up with a goddamn who would win of the week.
No idea.
And I know what you're saying. You guys should try and come up with one earlier. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, okay? We've tried that. It's a formula.
We have not tried that.
I've tried that.
No.
I send you stuff.
You send me one. No, this is. If I'll say this, if the podcast ever ends, which it never will, it'll be because of that. Because if it was going to end, it would have ended at 300. Because that was by far the best episode we've ever did.
I think 300 was the one. Yeah, should have. The annals of history will say.
Or maybe it was 301. Was that the? No, that yeah. No, I think it was 300. We should have ended at 300.
100%. This is all bonus content. This is all 300.1, 300 point.
Dude, I
whatever.
Had so. Listen, I know you're not going to believe me when I say this, but I had so many thoughts today too, and they're all gone.
Listen, I'm inclined to believe you. You got to write them down.
See, that's just not. That's not.
That's the one step. That's the one step between you and greatness is just writing it down. You don't even have to use a pen. You just use your notes app.
Yeah, that's what you know what they say. Good is the enemy of great, Andy. Have you been watching any Olympics?
No, I'll tell you what. I didn't even watch. I watched like maybe 3 minutes of the Super Bowl. I watched the halftime show, obviously, but I watched maybe 3 minutes of the Super Bowl. And what disappointed me the most is that, you know, every year they switch which network gets the Super Bowl, right? So NBC had it this year. And what I always think is interesting is what show the network who has the Super Bowl is going to put after the Super Bowl, because that's famously been like a big deal. So this year I went on the guide, I checked the guide, I was like, what is NBC? What the fuck does NBC have that they could even lock in the chamber? And I hit the guide all the way to the end, and it was the fucking Olympics, and I was through the remote at the TV.
I thought it was the Burbs.
No, they put the Olympics on after the Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe the Burbs was going to be on Peacock then. They were promoting it throughout the Super Bowl.
Well, on NBC, the Olympics was on.
As it should be.
What
it's
a fucking waste.
Olympics.
The Winter Olympics fucking suck. I get the hockey argument. I get that. That's a fun sport.
I disagree.
But I think they really stink.
I think the Winter Olympics are the Winter Olympics are on par with the Summer Olympics. I guarantee you that.
Disagree.
No,
I think
because everybody's like, oh, track and field. Okay, all the skiing events. That is the equivalent to track and field, because you got the slaloms, you got the big jump ones, you got the speed ones, you got the trick ones.
I think
so. It's like the same thing. It's like the 100 meter. It's like the.
I think historically speaking, this is the first time ever where a person, myself in this case, has ever won an argument without saying a word.
I don't disagree, because then, dude, the luge and stuff, very fun to watch.
Oh, I forgot about the luge.
Figure skating, been fun to watch. Curling, electric to watch. You got men's and women's hockey, great to watch.
Everybody says they like watching curling, and I think they're all liars.
Dude, I don't watch it outside of the Olympics, but at the Olympics, it's fun to watch.
Because they're so fucking boring.
You know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. Fuck you.
Ahead.
Because here's the thing.
Reveal.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. People that bag on the Winter Olympics are fucking idiots. And I'll tell you why.
Please.
Because it's no fucking different than the Summer Olympics. It's random niche-ass sports that you only watch every 4 years. And it's fucking cool. And just because you're sad because it's cold outside just doesn't mean that it's not fun to watch the Winter Olympics. Go home tonight. I'm going to fucking do this. Go home tonight and just put on the Olympic channel. Because I'll tell you what, primetime in Milan starts around 9 to 11 p.m. So it'll be perfect fucking timing. And just watch whatever event is on there, and I guarantee you it's fucking electric. I had this conversation with my fiance last night. She's like, what the fuck are you watching? It was figure skating. And 30 seconds later, she's sitting there eating pretzels, fucking eyes glued to the TV.
Let me get through what I'm about to say. I think overall, what I like more about the Summer Olympics, the reason I like the Summer Olympics more, is because their contests are ones, figure skating, bobsled, that's what luge, for example. It's like, okay, this guy skates,
Then
this
the next
person
person
skates.
goes, yeah.
With the Olympics, even skiing when they're doing the jump, it's like, okay, this person, next person. I don't know if they race skiing. I assume that's maybe something.
It's timed. Well, they do like the decathlon or whatever, where they are racing.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't see
But
that fucking video of.
But hold on, because I'm almost done. In the Summer Olympics, it's stuff like beach volleyball, where you have the two teams going at it, boom, bing, bang, boom. Points are being, back and forth, and then you have
curling.
And then you have, but for every curling, I mean, the Summer Olympics has even badminton, beach volleyball, rugby, like all this stuff. And then you have your track races, which are obviously literally races where the competitors are right next to each other. Same with swimming. So I think I think it's more compelling. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. No shit. No, I'm no longer trying to shade the Winter Olympics. I'm saying that's what it is. I think that's why the Summer Olympics are better.
They're different.
They are different.
I'm telling you, go home tonight and sit down and just watch. Just watch the just put on NBC, and just watch the events, because you'll be like, to your point, you'll be like, dude, I think people that say they like watching curling, but if there's curling on, which I don't think there is, because I don't know how the brackets of curling work, but I know the men female team champion gold medal, it already happened because U.S. beat Italy, which is a huge upset. Italy was the best curling team in the world.
Italy's famous for their curling,
and then
Boston
the U.S.
curling.
lost to like the Netherlands or something like that.
Well, nobody's gonna beat them. Not even Italy had a
they got
chance
silver.
against
We
them.
took silver though in curling. Go home and just watch it. I think it's because the sports are weirder, but like, dude, luge,
not the weirder. It's not,
but they're different because they're not
personally.
because they're not. No, this is what I mean when I say weirder, because you envision a sport as like a competition that you're watching in front of you.
Not
yes,
true.
it is. You're saying that's what's more exciting to you.
No, I'm saying
that's quite literally what you just said. You said
actually,
it's more
not
entertaining to watch because there's like it's like people doing things at the same time essentially. So that's what you're viewing as like exciting sports to watch. This is just a little bit different because it's like people doing things one at a time, stacking up to each other. But it's fun to watch. That luge shit, crazy. Dude, they're flying.
Yeah. I mean,
and they have doubles luge, which is,
I think that's bobsled.
Nope, they have doubles luge, which is fucking hysterical because it's just a dude that lays on top of another dude, and they do the same thing that the one dude would do, but just with two of them stacked up on top of each other, like an EL Thud.
Couple of Elwoods out there going for gold.
Elwoods,
couple of butt fast Eddies out there shooting the luge.
Dude, I Winter Olympics, big fan. Anybody who bags on the Winter Olympics, dead to me instantly.
Listen, I'm not trying to bag on them anymore. I'm just saying I think the Summer Olympics are better.
Have you watched any of the Winter Olympics?
No, I'm so much less inclined to.
That's why I'm telling you to go home and watch the Winter Olympics. Just put it on.
That's fair enough. Maybe not tonight. I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm not going to do it tonight. I got to edit this goddamn podcast. I got to get this shit together, get it out there.
Perfect time to have the fucking Winter Olympics on in the background.
No, because I want to put on Game of Thrones.
Because I'm going to make a claim.
Stake it.
I think, I haven't done all the math on this yet, but I think it's harder to become an athlete at the Winter Olympics than it is the Summer Olympics. And I'll tell you why. Maybe not harder to get there as an athlete, but it's harder sports. It's more difficult sports.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Like you're in way more danger doing the luge than I think
swimming.
any summer sport, any summer Olympic sport.
Unless you're running on the track while they're throwing javelin. Every winter Olympic sport is pretty much significantly
They've
more
discontinued
dangerous.
that since Berlin, but you never know. Things might come back. Yeah, luge is bad. Luge is dangerous, I mean. Bad
all
for
those sports
bad
are.
for your health. Bad for your health. The Winter Olympics are bad for your health if you're
The
competing.
Winter Olympics are dangerous. And
but that cool
again,
air in your lungs makes it all worth it. Oh,
there's
man, that fresh powder.
There's not really many summer Olympic sports that involve
gear,
additional extremities, extremity extensions of your extremities.
Yeah, no, saying it with the two words in the other, that doesn't make it.
You know? Like, they're doing everything with their feet and their hands.
Yeah.
Like, in the Winter Olympics, you're throwing on extensions.
Like the real Olympics.
You know, you're throwing on extensions. You're throwing on skis. You're throwing on skates. You're throwing on, you're not just running. Anybody can fucking run.
Well, not anybody can run.
Most people can fucking run.
But I when we, you know what? Here's, I'm moving to this now. This is my problem. Is I don't think they should both be called the Olympics because it ushers in a comparison of this way. And what you're saying, I think, is true, is that you have kind of this bionic contest with your, what did you call them? Extremity extensions. With your double E's. They have to call them the double E's. The double E contest of champions.
No, it's the Olympics. Can you just go home and watch the fucking winter? The ski jump.
Don't want
the ski jump is crazy.
But it seems like
they got people. Did you hear about the scandal with the ski jump this year?
Maybe I did hear something, but I didn't look into it because I didn't give a shit.
They were injecting shit into their penises.
Come on now,
dude. Listen to this. There's a scandal going on right now. I don't know all the details, but it's a scandal.
Well, that's not an injection. That's just
no. Listen to why.
The ultimate.
Listen to why.
The ultimate appendage extension.
Listen to why. They were injecting shit into their penises before they got fitted for their suits to make the area where their penis is larger because the extra fabric allows them to fly farther. It's like more. It's like a squirrel suit. Yeah. So they're juicing up their wieners to go get fitted for suits. So they got a baggy crotch.
Baggy. I've said it a million times. Baggy crotches win championships. The Denver Broncos knew it, and the skiers at the Olympics know it.
When's the last time the Denver Broncos won a championship?
The year where if you watch the tapes, if you go back and you look at the tapes, you will see.
Who was the quarterback for the Denver Broncos?
Peyton Manning.
Nice. Good
I
call.
remember the Super Bowl because I remember the crotches so distinctly. And I mean, when the center hikes the ball to Peyton, it's practically like that thing's got to go through the sail of a ship. I mean, there's a to it when it's passing through the center's undercarriage.
A disadvantage.
You would think so. You would typically think so, but not in the case of Super Bowl whatever year that was. But I remember that Super Bowl. I remember that Super Bowl very well. I could actually tell you I'd have to look on my Instagram, but that was the first year that I ever saw a
snack thing,
a snack stadium, a snack made stadium. That was the first year.
Debbie made it, right?
Yeah, Debbie made the first time I'd ever seen a snack stadium was the year the Denver Broncos won the Super Bowl, and I have a picture of it still back in my Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is, you know what? I saw that stadium, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we're going to be all right. I saw that guacamole. I saw the carrot sticks in the stands, the pretzels, the salsas all paving the end zones. And I thought, you know what? Maybe. Just maybe.
I think
we're going to be all right.
I think you're making this up.
No?
I don't think it's on your Instagram anymore.
You're looking at my Instagram?
Yeah.
You got to scroll all the way down, sister.
Buddy, I'm all the way down.
What are you looking at?
They said it couldn't be done. Extendo straw.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely terrific. One of my crowning achievements. That's at least, how long do you think that straw was just there? It's like 4 feet.
That straw's probably a little bit more than 4 feet.
Go ahead and show it to the camera. I don't mind bragging. I don't mind showing off. Well, they can't really see that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Andy, hit the zoom button.
Okay.
Wait.
It's a long straw. Take our word for it. It's a long fucking straw.
It might be. Wait, I might have scrolled too far down. Let me see. What was this? Oh yeah, I might have scrolled too far down.
Scroll all the way.
Here it is.
I
Snack
told you.
Stadium.
Snack Stadium changed my life. And if you're lucky, it'll change yours.
Dude, it's a really good Snack Stadium, too.
Yeah, let me take a look. Let me see it.
Because can I tell you something? This was before Snack Stadiums were commercialized.
This was
a homemade Snack Stadium.
Well, of course. This was the year when this was like, yeah, that's looking good.
Look at all that. That's got to be like some type of taco dip. You got your chip dips and one on the side. That might be chicken wing dip.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw chicken wing dip.
And then you got Doritos. You got cheese puffs. You got Fritos. You got pretzels. You got Ruffles. You got tortilla chips. And then you've got your veggie spread because you kind of got to throw that in, you know. Although I love veggies these days, dude. Anyway, listen. I'll tell you what. I don't really care about. I care about snack stadiums. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
I've realized that until the Buffalo Bills play in a Super Bowl, I'm just in it for the snacks. I love watching football. So I'll always watch it. But I love the snacks. More than anything, I'll tell you right now, that's what I love about the Super Bowl is snacks. I made a taco dip this year, and I've got some leftovers that are still in my fridge. And, like, I get home every day since then and just couple scoops of taco dip. You know?
That sounds pretty gross to me.
It's
fucking
fucking delicious.
Me.
It's delicious.
That's just me. I understand I might be in the minority on that. It's my cross to bear. Yeah, I think the Super Bowl is a different animal, you know. By the time you get to that game, if your team's not in it, it's just one big Pepsi commercial. Fucking assholes trying to sell me.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I watched like 3 minutes of it.
But you watched Bad Booney?
I did watch the halftime show, of course.
I watched the halftime show. But I did watch the Super Bowl. There was one great commercial. There was a couple okay commercials.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as it was any back in the day anymore either.
Nothing is, man. It's just a different time. It's a different time. It's a different world.
People are calling it AI slop. That's what people are calling it.
Maybe.
But so people at the Winter Olympics been pumping their wieners.
Yeah.
And just watch the Winter Olympics, dude. It's so cool.
Well, now maybe I will. Is wiener pumping an Olympic
sport?
Yeah. How well does usually America place? What do you think the best country is at wiener pumping? Now here's here's the question: is the best country at
with
wiener
the smallest
pumping
wiener so they can pump them the most?
Yes. Is it the one that has the most potential for pump, or is it the one that's already got a lot going for it?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's not a real Olympic sport, so I don't know.
Not yet. But
there's no additional appendages.
It's on its way.
There's no appendage extensions.
Well, that's why it has to be an Olympic sport for a couple reasons. One, everybody starts off.
Maybe a summer Olympic sport.
No, it's got to be a winter Olympic sport for two reasons. One, your appendage extension. Two, it's cold. Everybody starts at the same base level. Because it's not a nut pumping sport. It's a penis plumping. It's a wiener plumping sport. So your balls are cold and sucked in your body. Your dick is as small as it's ever been in your life. And that is when you go for the fucking gold. Johnny Sins will tell it to you.
I feel like you'd do pretty well in this case. If you have to start small, I think you'd be excellent.
Oh, brother. My neck would be broken from all the gold medals. Are you kidding me? Finally, I would accomplish something.
Yeah. But
dude, I got pulled over yesterday.
For what?
Were you gonna keep going about the dick thing?
No.
Okay, because this is. So I got pulled over yesterday because my one headlight is out, and I was late to rehearsal because, I got pulled over, and I I'm working with these people, so I'm not, and they don't, I'm quiet a lot when I do these rehearsals, so they don't know me as well. But I wanted to be, like, oh, what'd you get a ticket for? Dick too big. Just as nonchalant as possible. Oh,
so did you do it?
No. Because nobody asked me what I got a ticket for.
Oh.
Except for my one buddy, but it was not like that. But I just went, dick too big. Oh, my God, another inconvenience.
Or you didn't do it. You were just thinking about doing it.
Yeah. I know that's makes for the worst, not even stories, but someday maybe.
I was gonna say
dick too big.
What I was gonna do
if it is
on
2 more
the
weeks
winter.
into rehearsal, I would have done it, folks. There's so much going on. You've got so much on your plate. Why take up more of your time with little things like having to go to the grocery store? My personal least favorite. I've started getting my groceries delivered, and it has changed everything for me. I am genuinely more happy of a person not having to deal with going through those aisles, people just running into other things with their carts, like people not looking each other in the eye. I really hate the grocery store, and the parking lots, forget about that. The great news is Instacart exists. And you might not know this, but you can get more than just groceries on Instacart. You can also get some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour, boy. But the best part is right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Start taking things off your plate and putting different things on your plate. Food delivery joke. It's not really a joke. It was just kind of a thing I said. The point is this. Make your life a little easier with Instacart. Hit the link in this episode description. Get that deal and start using Instacart today. Listen, like I said, you've been working hard. And I think you deserve to treat yourself. And there's no better way to do that than to check out all the great stuff we've got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. We've got more than just clothes, but let me say this. The clothes, they're going to make you look good and make you feel good, okay? This is not some cheap, weird, like that Gildan brand, and it fits disgusting. This is like, you're going to want to wear this stuff. It's super comfortable. The t-shirts especially, I'm talking tri-blend material. That's 3 kinds of material. That's Target quality, folks. But we've also got mugs and pint glasses and bucket hats and baseball hats, slides, notebooks, fanny packs, all made to order. So again, get yourself something nice and check it out over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Link is also, of course, going to be in this episode description. Check it out. And if you're interested in advertising on this show, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Man, the podcast advertising, it feels like it gets bigger every week. Every week I listen to, my regular roster of podcasts, and it's like, Chevy is doing ads on podcasts now. Oh, Nissan's doing ads on podcasts now, like car companies, but not just them. McDonald's, State Farm, like massive brands that have massive ad budgets that do big commercials on the Super Bowl every year and all this stuff, and it's very cool. I mean, I can't think of anything in my lifetime that has created its own space for advertising in the realm of like television, newspaper, but now podcasts are right there with them, and that's only going to get bigger, and that's really cool. The problem is that there's not really any room for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action. At least they haven't yet. But the good news is that's what we're here for, all right? That's what we're all about. So again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising and what it can do for you, hit us up, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
Staying on theme with the Winter Olympics.
Oh, is that what we're still talking about?
That's what I'm still talking about. The men's hockey men's hockey started today as we're recording, but the U.S. play tomorrow as we're recording. And
I saw... Okay, so what is what I'm about to say? What does what I'm about to say mean?
Okay.
Didn't the U.S. hockey team shut out the Canada team 5-0? Women's. Okay, shout out to them.
Yeah. Women's team on a roll. Men's hockey, U.S. starts tomorrow, or if you're listening to this, it would be today. And I'm fired up, big time fired up. They just came out with a documentary called "The Boys of '80." Did you see it?
No, I didn't watch it.
Dude, it's so good. You should watch it, even though... So it's about the 1980 U.S. men's Olympic team, which the movie Miracle is based off of.
Lake Placid.
You know, everybody knows all those things. But it's like a documentary where they have, you know, all the players and stuff like that. And obviously, Herb Brooks, the coach... Not obviously. Herb Brooks, the coach, has died a while ago.
What? Herb Brooks is dead? What? First Catherine O'Hara. Then this morning I get a text about James fucking Vanderbeek. And you're telling me you're telling me Herb Brooks is dead?
Knock it off, okay? He's an American hero.
You don't have to tell me that.
But can I go? No, you know what? Fuck
please.
it.
I can't even talk.
I don't want to tell the story anymore. But it's really good. You should watch it.
Please keep going.
No, what am I going to keep going for? What's the benefit of me to keep going?
So that I can hear you.
It's not, there's a part in the documentary where they're talking about, all the players are talking about Herb Brooks, because Herb Brooks was like a really, hard coach, and he was not like, the movie was like the movie, but like they talk about him and they're like, we loved Herb because he obviously is why we won, but like he was
really
bad
tough
guy. Like he was a dick to them all.
Okay.
Like he was like mean as shit to them all. And the one guy, I can't remember who it was, but they're talking about like the shit Herb used to say to him, and they're like cutting from like individual interview to individual interview, like back and forth of like these things that Herb used to say to him. And the one guy says, yeah, Herbie used to say, I can't remember who it was. I wish I could remember the name, but whoever it was, he's like, yeah, Herbie used to say to me all the time, Andrew, you're getting worse every day, and right now it looks like you're playing the next week. I'm like, that's such a fucking funny line, dude.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Did Herb Brooks, was he a hockey player before he was a coach?
So the backstory behind it, and they talk, this is in the movie too, and also if you're a hockey person, you probably know this, but they talk about it in the documentary. So one of the big things behind Herb Brooks is the last time the Olympic men's hockey team won gold was in 1960. And Herb Brooks was the very last cut on the team. So
meaning he was on the team or he wasn't?
So you play on the team, like you play in your prelim games and whatever, and you have, 26 to 23 guys on your roster. But then at the time, I don't know what it is now, but right before the Olympics, you could only bring 20 players.
Right.
So he was on the team, like practicing, playing in like exhibition games and stuff like that, all the way up until 2 weeks before the actual Olympics. And he was player 21 that got cut of the 20 that go to the Olympics. And then he had to sit there and watch the men's Olympic team that he, was 21 of 20 cut from go win a gold medal. And there's a story in it, and they don't really know if it's true or not, but Herb has said it, and he said that he was watching the game, the gold medal game in 1960 with his dad when the U.S. won, and the U.S. game ends, U.S. win the gold, and his dad looks over at him and says, guess they cut the right guy.
Oh! Ice cold.
So the whole thing about Herb was he was chasing, like he was so committed to winning that gold medal because he didn't get to win one in 1960, so he would have done anything for it. So that's the storyline behind how he was,
That is unbelievable. That might be the best sports story I've ever heard, actually.
The 1980 Olympic team is the epitome of sports story. It's David and Goliath, really.
Right.
That's the 1-1 sports story. And dude, there's this one part I hate about it too. Now
movie?
The documentary.
Okay.
Not hate. It was like there's nothing I hate about the documentary. It was very good. And the other thing too that was cool is they found all these clips from like the actual game that like got lost in like a warehouse essentially in Detroit, wherever, for like 25 plus years, and they found all these clips, and then did the whole like they still look old, but did the whole like redo of them and like put them in the movie. So it's like clips from the actual game that like nobody has seen since
the
you
game.
watched it, kind of thing. And there's all these crazy stories because if you remember, it was during the Cold War, the 1980s Cold War. So like 3 weeks before the Olympics, who was the president at the time? Nixon?
Reagan.
Was it?
In 1980?
1979.
Oh. I have no idea.
It might have been right. It might have been
1979, I think it was Gerald Ford.
No.
Well, excuse me then. Jimmy Carter.
Yep, Jimmy Carter.
Fuck, I nailed it. Always count on Jimmy. Always bet on Jimmy.
So Jimmy Carter said they're not going to the Summer Olympic Games in 1982 in Moscow,
right,
because of Russia. So then there was a fear that Russia was then going to drop out of the Olympics in Lake Placid, but they were like, no, fuck that, we're coming.
Yeah.
And so it was just
Red Dawn.
Yeah, it was just this. It was this. This whole thing. But what I was going to say was the backup goalie. I think his name was Tim Janasak.
God damn it! You can't beat hockey names. What was the one you said before we started recording? Elvis.
Elvis Merzlikins.
Yeah. Where's he from? Latvia.
Yeah.
Underrated country.
This guy's name's Janasak. Yeah. Wait. Wait, no.
The Hyundai Janasak.
Steve Janasak.
Steve Janasak?
Yeah, Steve Janasak.
So he owns the dealership then. The all-new Hyundai Janasak.
So
it seats 7.
Yeah, Steve Janasak. Herb Brooks. This is I could talk about this forever, and I apologize.
No. This is what we're here for.
So Steve Janasak was Herb Brooks' goalie at University of Minnesota, which is where Herb Brooks was the coach. And he had won 2 national championships for Herb Brooks, I believe 2. They were coming off of one going into the 1980 Olympics. So Herb Brooks takes Janasak and takes Janny and
no, you got to say the full thing.
This goalie Jim Craig on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody assumed that Janny was going to be the starting goalie because he was Herb Brooks' goalie in college, that he coached in college. And but they made Jim Craig the starting goalie. So, fun fact for you, Steve Janasak was the only player on an Olympic roster in 1980 to not play a single minute of a single game because he was a backup goalie. But because he wasn't playing, he met a woman who was a translator for some other country in the Olympics or something like that. Married her. They're still married today. So he says, even though I never played a single minute, he said, and we won gold, and I'm still the luckiest guy on that entire Olympic team. And I'll tell you what, good for him. You're a bitch for saying that. I would way fucking rather be Jim Craig. Everybody knows who Jim Craig is. Well, nobody fucking knows who Steve Janasak is.
I'm a
Fuck
Janasak
your marriage,
fan,
buddy.
dude. No way. I'm a
Dude,
I'm a
Jim Craig was the
Janasacker.
entire reason. Jim Craig's performance was the entire reason. And
that's
dude,
great.
The Jim Craig story too, because Jim Craig's mom died, and Jim Craig was gonna go to the NHL, but you can't do both because he was
You can't have your mom die and go to the NHL.
No, Jim Craig was going to go to the NHL because he was going to get a signing bonus to go to the NHL so that he could, because it helped support him and his dad, because his dad was like factory worker, kind of down on his luck because his wife passed away. Like,
no,
this
I've
and that.
listened to Bruce Springsteen.
But his mom, like her dream was like for him to play for the Olympic team, so he goes and plays for the Olympic team. And he was not having a good year, but played unbelievable at the Olympics. So it's this whole fucking story.
Wow.
And you take your test. How about take your test? And that's from the movie. I don't know if that happened in real life.
That's cool.
But Herb Brooks in the movie makes him take all the tests, and he doesn't take it. And Herb goes to his like dorm at the Olympic training facility, and he's like, "Hey, like just wondering, why you didn't like submit the test?" And he's like, Jim Craig's like, well, I don't really know what that has to do with stopping the pucks. And he's like, it's all right, Jimmy, you just took it. You want me to take your test, Herb? I'll take your test.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the best part of any movie.
Yeah. Dude,
the
the movie Miracle, I'm going to watch it tonight.
I'm gonna watch it because
the documentary.
I will watch a documentary, but I want to forget all of this before I watch like the movie because I've never seen the movie.
You've never seen the movie?
No, never. It was on in the weight room in gym class in middle school, but I never like watched it.
Dude, I mean it's a Disney movie, so there's some corniness to it, but it's so good. There's a scene where they play snow football. It's a little weird, but other than that, it's so good.
Shirtless?
No, there's tarps on.
Nice.
They're in it's snow.
Well, they're hockey fellas.
Yeah, that's true.
You never know.
That's true.
Okay, space update. I know we're all waiting on a space update.
Our space?
Like space.
Yeah.
Yes. The outer. NASA is letting astronauts take up smartphones now, which I guess they weren't allowed to before.
Dude, I have two stories. One is related to space.
Okay.
Why did they not let them take them up? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, there's like a reception up there. I can't imagine.
I don't know.
Even Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Throw Starlink on that puppy. Did you hear, dude? Where the fuck did I hear this? And this is gonna be some serious Elon Musk, fucking Joe Rogan type shit. But
oh boy,
what was I listening to the other day? Dude, I'm gonna lose my.
Oh boy.
Fuck, what was the other thing? I forgot the other thing, but I remember the space thing.
Okay.
Wait. Because it was probably, like, I don't listen to a lot of
stuff.
People, well, no, like smart
sounds.
podcasts. Like I listen to a lot of sports podcasts and shit like that. But no, this is true. So SpaceX is pivoting from trying to like colonize Mars to just saying fuck it, let's do it on the moon. Because you can go to the moon every 10 days.
Right.
They can only go to Mars every 26 months.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
So they're saying that Elon's saying that there's going to be a self-growing city on the moon in under 10 years.
What's a self-growing? Okay,
like there'll be people out
it's
there.
not what I think it is.
Yeah, it's not a city that grows itself. You don't plant city seeds.
Right. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't plant a city on the moon. Then would.
What are you doing right now?
You wouldn't.
Who are you doing right now?
You wouldn't plant it.
Are you doing Rogan? Who are you doing right now?
Nobody.
What are you
thinking about? Yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Who are you doing?
You wouldn't.
Can you tell me who you're doing?
I'm just doing a dumb version of myself. That's me. I'm just doing me.
Dude, under 10 years, there's going to be a city on Mars? Or, I mean, on the moon?
I don't know, man. They said the same thing in 1955.
They didn't even get to the moon until 1969, dummy.
Exactly.
And honestly, 50-50 on that still, personally.
50-50.
Dude, what was I going to say also?
Smartphones on the moon.
Oh. Dude.
I have to adjust your camera.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, no, I got to sit up for this. Dude, so I was traveling last week, and I'm on an airplane, and we're on a flight, and it's a longer flight, and it was an older airplane. Like it was a nice airplane, but it was
had
like
a lot
older.
of stories to tell.
No, like like it didn't have like outlets on it or anything like that. And it was a 3x3, so it was a bigger airplane, and most of them now have like 2 bathrooms in the back, 1 in the front. Some of you even have like the middle bathroom, depending on what airline you're flying. Even if it's just like a whatever. This one was older, so it had 1 bathroom in the back, 1 bathroom in the front, and it was a longer flight. And seatbelt sign goes off, and all of a sudden a bunch of people are getting up to go to the bathroom and whatnot. And I wasn't looking at it. I was towards the back of the plane. But I guess because people wanted to use the bathroom, people started to congregate like in towards the front of the plane, like where the bathroom is.
Oh no!
And dude, I'm not kidding you. The fucking flight attendant picks up the radio thing. And she's like, over to the whole plane. She's like, yeah, just so you guys know, because of 9/11, you're not allowed to stand up by the front of the plane. So just wait in your seats. And I'm like, dude, you can't just start talking 9/11 casual. Like, dude, if you're going to make that announcement, hey, everybody, like, due to FAA regulations, please keep in mind you can't stand at the front of the plane. Like, please wait in your seat until the bathroom is unoccupied.
Let me say this. Flight attendants got to deal with a lot of shit. And I know that you have seen what I have seen as well when a flight attendant makes an announcement and a bunch of people are like, I don't care. Like, I'm not, like, they pay no attention to it. So once in a while, you have to invoke 9/11.
Dude, no.
You have to invoke 9/11.
If you're a flight attendant, the first thing
this
they should
woman's
teach
going
you,
coast to coast with a bunch of, no offense, white bitches, and they're all standing up out of their seats, crowding the bathroom. You got to invoke 9/11.
Dude.
If you want to control the white bitches, you got to invoke 9/11.
You cannot.
Once in a while, you got to invoke 9/11.
You cannot casually drop 9/11.
What
in the midst of a
what
flight.
airline were you flying?
Southwest.
Dude, you're flying Southwest and you expect them not to drop 9/11? That's on you.
You
You're flying
cannot
Southwest.
invoke. You cannot invoke 9/11.
You
on an
have to.
airplane. No.
You have to.
So then, and I think I talked to somebody else about this when the plane landed. I don't think I was the only person, but I was one of the very few people that I think like made the connection. Then we're like 30 minutes away from landing, and she comes on again. And she goes, so she doesn't bring up 9/11 this time, but
shit.
You'll see how the two are correlated.
Due to Pearl Harbor, we're going to have to land the plane in the water.
Yeah. Due to the Blitzkrieg? What's
The bombing of London?
No, what's the
Blitzkrieg.
The,
yeah, that's a.
Oh no. What's the blimp that lit on fire?
You just made me forget it now.
The Hindenburg.
The Hindenburg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
due to the Hindenburg. Yeah. No, she's like, hey, she again, like, no, like, due to FAA regulations or anything like that. She's just like, hey, remember, you're not allowed to make any phone calls back to the ground. Like, you will get arrested if you make phone calls back to the ground. I know some of you are connected to the Wi-Fi, so it might allow you to make phone calls. You cannot make phone calls to the ground. And that was it. And like that, you see how I related to. I'm like, dude, first you're talking 9/11. Now somebody up there's calling the ground. Is she trying to like sneaky tell what do they call it? An air marshal? Like, hey, you gotta check on a guy up here.
That would be that one would worry me. People making calls to the ground.
After 2 hours previously, she's
again. We've established she had no choice but to invoke 9/11.
Listen,
she had no choice.
This specific flight attendant,
break glass in case.
I'm
of 9/11.
sure she was very nice, and it was fine flight, but flight attendant school 101.
Sometimes
the first thing they tell you is like, dude, when you pick up that microphone, you cannot say anything about 9/11. Dude, I was on a flight like this. It was a Southwest flight, and it was one of those flight attendants, again, very nice. But and maybe it wasn't a Southwest
the 9/11 airline.
But she was very, no, it was a JetBlue flight, and I know why.
The 9/11 airline.
And it was one of those flight attendants who's like
showing the news
really
footage.
into her job. You know?
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, very, like, peppy, high energy, like, whatever.
Well.
And she was, like, they had a name for their airplane. Dude, fuck.
Jiminy?
No.
Something. Elvis Lespit?
No, it was something blue. It was, like, a movie reference or something. I know,
Blue
like.
Lagoon.
No, it was, like. They put blue in the back half of the word, you know? But it was I wish I this is a bad story now because I wish I could remember it. But whatever, like, the first part of it was like
9/11.
No, it was something about, like, blowing up or crashing or something.
Okay.
And that's what she decided to name her aircraft. And I'm like, these fucking people spend way too much time on airplanes to not realize that, like, hey, these are things that I should not do.
No, that's why they do it, because they do spend that much time on airplanes.
I wish I could
and they have to deal with the public. And listen, man, you spend you spend some time
in the sky,
up in the sky with the public. Brother, you'll be invoking 9/11 in a heartbeat.
Ain't me.
Now, listen, everybody knows I'm going to say this, and I don't say this in, like, the way that I think you may take it. I say this purely from a scientific standpoint of curiosity, of sociology. I say this from a purely sociological standpoint. Bringing smartphones into space now, what does that do for the astronaut jerk-off scenarios? Okay.
My God.
And what effect does that have on, what's
Imagine
the trickle?
a zero gravity fucking
Well,
spank.
they're doing it. I mean, you're doing
There's
it up
just
there.
loads floating around.
Well, you're doing it up there. I think they probably have like a space sock or something to catch it.
What? How do you go to the bathroom? Do they have bathroom catchers?
They are. You can look up like. Do they have bathroom catchers? Yeah, it's an old man in
Like you're
overalls,
trying to take
and
a
he's got
shit
a
and it's
net. Yep, that's what the net's for, man. Yeah, I'll be out here ready.
It's
Oh,
just-
sounds like a number 2. Get ready, old girl. He's talking to his net. Get ready,
Yeah.
Helen.
What if it's not a net worthy shit though? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that net'll catch it because it's in space, so it's like you kind of like the globs.
Dude, your fucking load floated into my bunk again, brother.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
corn stuck in the net again. Get my corn grabber. Get my corn detangler out of the net.
They don't just hit the gravity button.
Yeah, they don't just hit the
I'm
gravity
still not
button.
convinced. They have it in all the movies. Elon should focus his energy on the gravity button.
You think there's going to be gravity on the moon city?
That's what I'm saying. Well, the moon though, you just bounce a little bit more. But you're like a bumble. You're pretty much it's a city full of bumbles.
Bumble City. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, here's what I'll say.
Can I ask
Don't
you-
turn the gravity all the way up. Like, give us a little bit more.
Well, I don't think they can control it on the moon, but in a controlled environment, hit the gravity button. Again, you go back to planes.
Well, but
They-
if you're
they
in a
can-
city on the moon, then you're in a controlled environment. You're not going to be outside walking around.
Yeah, you are, dude. Unless it's in a bubble.
You can't.
Unless it's like,
Yeah, it's going to have to. You can.
no, you wear your own helmet when you walk out. Imagine being the first guy to get a little too drunk in the bar on the moon.
That's
and you
why
walk
it's like. You ever
outside.
see Xenon?
No.
Xenon, the Disney Channel movie. It's about a girl who lives on the fucking moon.
And she accidentally gets a little too drunk and walks out of the bar without her helmet on.
Maybe in Xenon 4 that's in the script, but no, it's basically in an enclosed city, not in the sense of a bubble, but it's like a big ass.
Everything's inside.
Everything's inside. Yes.
Yeah, see, I don't think you want everything inside, though.
What is it?
People are
You're
going to want to
gonna
go
do it.
outside.
But you can't.
But, like,
there is
back
no
to the
outside.
thing with airplanes, like, they pressurize the cabin, so just gravitize the cabin.
Yeah.
Why is nobody
That's
thought
what
of
they
this?
didn't realize.
Yeah.
You gotta
Just
gravitize
gravitize the
it.
cabin.
Yeah, they should have just gravitized it the whole
You want
time.
to do who would win of the week?
Okay, the who would win of the week this week is Shaun White versus Carrot Top.
No.
What is it?
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, fuck.
See, this is. And we could do either. No, it's already out there. Now people know our process. They just think of gingers.
That kind of is my process. That kind of is my process for things. No, we could go. I think. Which one do you want to do?
I can't do this again. You just.
Which one do you want to do?
Ready? Watch this.
That wasn't.
Andy, you want to do who win of the week?
That wasn't bad, actually. Yes, the who would win of the week this week is Shaun White versus Carrot Top. Here's the thing about Carrot Top, man. You gotta look. You gotta.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck all
You gotta
about
look.
Carrot Top.
You gotta look him up.
I know he did roasts, right?
I don't know if he was like known for doing roasts, but he's a prop comic. That's who Carrot Top is. So here's what you got to know about Carrot Top. Now, he does look a little crazy, but he's on steroids. Like, he's extremely muscular. His arms are steel. And, as I mentioned, he's not just a prop comic, he's the prop comic. So, like, he brings out, he's got this one thing that I've seen him do where he's like, it's like, oh, ladies, here's a purse you can take on a date. And it's a purse, and it's got a measuring tape on it. And he's like, oh, so when you bring the guy home, that's like the gag. So he's creating these props. He's got the ingenuity, and he's got the strength. Shaun White Is he even that dexterous? I'm taking Carrot Top 100%. Done and done. Done and done, sister.
A few things. One, we got a battle of the short kings here.
Ooh, what are their heights?
Carrot Top 5'10", Shaun White 5'9".
But Carrot Top's also 5'10" with those muscles.
I have a lot of things to say. No, I don't. I have just a few things to say. I'm just trying to collect my thoughts. I just looked up Carrot Top.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely had a lot of work done.
Yeah.
So I didn't see as many pictures of the original version of Carrot Top, but the current iteration of Carrot Top, I never ever want to see his face again. I closed out the tab
crazy.
on my phone.
I tried to warn you. It's
that
pretty
face
crazy.
is fucking terrible.
He looks pretty nuts.
That face is horrible.
But you know what?
You're
If anything, it's
underestimating
going to make him more of a scrapper.
No,
it's going to scare
make
Shaun White.
No, that's going to make Shaun White want to beat the fuck out of him.
Shaun White's looking at models all the time.
Is an extreme athlete. Like he's like an X Games style fucking Olympic gold medalist.
Gold medalist.
He is
maybe one of the most famous gold medalists. He's banging models. He's looking at pretty faces all the time. He sees Carrot Top's old mug. He sees Carrot Top's old mug.
He's beating the fuck out of Carrot Top.
He's freaking out. He's freaking out.
He's beating the fuck out of Carrot
Top.
No
way.
Andy,
no,
do you know how good of shape Shaun White had to be in his prime? You're talking about fucking, what did you say? Something about flexibility or something like that? Dexterity. Dude, Shaun White was a fucking Olympic snowboarder. He was going full speed down a hill, hitting a jump, and doing like 8 fucking flip spins and then landing on his feet again. Dexterity?
Yeah.
You're going to compare a prop comic with the world's ugliest faces, dexterity, to fucking Shaun White?
This is not a beauty contest.
I know, but if I saw that face, I would, without reason, beat the fuck out of Carrot Top.
That is rude.
I know Shaun White lives way too beautiful of a life to not think the same thing. He would fucking beat the... And also, dude, there's a chance... No,
I'm looking up Shaun White. No,
handsome devil.
I know he's fucking handsome. What's that have to do with him fighting?
Look at him on the
Top?
Today Show. He looks like an iteration of who's the guy from fucking Coldplay?
Chris Martin.
No.
Adam Levine?
Yeah,
that's Maroon 5, motherfucker.
He looks like Adam Levine.
You can't even get the references right in your argument.
Matter. Look at this guy on the Today Show.
Matthew.
That's a beautiful. Look at those
nice,
teeth.
pretty boy. Oh, pretty boy, getting his teeth knocked out. Carrot Top's gonna take his teeth, make a new prop out of it.
Dude.
Oh, I'm taking his teeth. I'm duct taping them to a skateboard.
Honestly,
Sean Pearly White.
There's a chance that as we sit right now, Carrot Top is homeless. He's in the street somewhere.
This is something that a lot of people. This is a different conversation. I don't want to get into this. All I'm saying, Carrot Top is not homeless. He's very wealthy. He works every day.
No, but
people like his show,
face.
and he's very funny. I know, dude, but who gives a fuck about his face?
Shaun White is going to, and that's why he's going to beat it in. He's going to beat his fucking face in. Shaun White is a highly decorated athlete. Carrot Top literally looks like a rectum with a ginger.
Look at Shaun White's nipples. That's what Carrot Top looks like.
Yeah. Dude, and my boy's in good shape. Dude,
he's in good shape.
Shaun White shirtless. Yeah, good search history,
I just went into your search history. That's all. It was the fastest way to get there.
Also, you spelled Sean wrong, dumbass.
You spelled Sean wrong. It's your search history.
It's 100% Shaun White. I can't believe we're having this conversation. Again, Winter Olympics, appendage extensions. They're better athletes. Carrot Top, literally, dude, that's going to make me vomit. Get that off my fucking screen, dude.
That's so rude.
Yeah, I know.
This is not...
I'll tell you what. What's that saying? If there's...
I don't know, because I'm not rude.
If there's...
I don't know, because I'm not rude.
If there's nobody on this earth... Wait, no.
Yeah, what? No saying starts with like that.
No. If you
were the last person on earth.
No.
Okay.
It's the one where it's like, I'm trying to spin it the other way, because I think it's like, if there's
this is unbelievable.
If there's nobody left on if there's nobody left on earth that hates Carrot Top, that means I'm dead. Does that kind of make sense? There's a saying that does that somehow. I didn't get it right, but
okay,
dude, I will tell you right now, I've officially made it my life goal to make my #1 personality trait my fucking hatred for Carrot
Well,
Top's
that's
face.
a mistake because he's a good guy. He's not a bad dude, and he's very funny. Carrot Top is a comedy MacGyver, and he's beating the fuck out of Sean White.
If I was Carrot Top, I literally would not walk out of the house unless I was wearing a mask.
That's rude.
Yeah.
He might wear a mask because it's one of his props, and I'm sure it'd be very funny if he did.
I'm taking Sean White.
And I'm taking Carrot Top, and everybody else who knows what's up is taking Carrot Top. If you saw those pictures, yeah, Carrot Top makes his own gold medal out of a toaster. I don't know. I'm not a prop comic. I'm not a prop comedy genius like Carrot Top himself.
This fucking ugly.
But that's who I'm voting for.
Fuck Carrot Top. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who would win of the week? Sean White versus Carrot Top. Andy.
Yes.
Ready to wrap her up?
Yeah. I just want to say this. I've made a mistake. Matthew. And I'm the type of guy who comes clean.
Okay.
You never watched the show Game of Thrones.
No.
I'm sure you heard things about it.
I've heard a lot about it, yeah.
I'm sure that you've heard maybe more than anything about how poorly the show wrapped up.
The last season. Yeah, I've heard that.
It's so bad. But I've started rewatching the series.
And you're going to have to watch the last season again?
No, I'm not going to.
You're just going to let it be?
But I can't stop watching it. I'm going to stop. So I texted. I asked my friends this because they're all Game of Thrones fans. One person was like, I was like, if you were going to rewatch Game of Thrones, where would you start? Where would you end? Because when I got into Game of Thrones, some friends of mine watched it. They showed me a later season. I was like, I'll go back. But I didn't. But I skipped the first season because years ago, a friend of mine had tried to show me the first season. I watched the first 3 episodes. I was like, "This is terrible. This is boring." That's why I didn't watch the show. But I went back, started the second season. So this is the first time I've ever seen the first season, and it's such a good show, and it stings when you're watching it because you know where
it's gonna end.
It's gonna end.
What about the dragon? What about the dragon one? The one that came out after it?
House of Dragons. That has a new season coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
There's a current. There's a 4 weeks ago a new Game of Thrones spinoff started called Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Best. It's terrific.
There's a lot of people I feel like that take a stand like, oh, I'm not watching Game of Thrones because whatever, and it's really because everybody talks about how good it is, and
sure.
They just want to like be there. I'll say this: I will watch every season and episode of The Barefoot Contessa before I sit down and watch Game of Thrones because I just don't give a fuck.
That's fine. Crazy call on The Barefoot Contessa. That's terrible. That's really bad.
That was see what I'm getting at?
Insane call, but of course I do. I mean, no offense to Barefoot Contessa, but
again, why are you no offense?
I don't know,
dude,
Matthew, because
straight up right now,
because she's an old woman. I don't want to hurt her
right
feelings.
now. There's two things that I'm certain about in this world.
You walk into a room,
and there's 2 things I'm certain about. Carrot Top is the ugliest motherfucker I've ever laid eyes on, and The Barefoot Contessa is not a good show.
This is what we're gonna finish on. You walk into a room, you have a bullet, 1 gun. You enter the room.
Carrot Top.
Okay,
yeah,
done. Bang, bang, boom. Okay.
It's not even close.
Terrific.
I just don't like the Barefoot Contessa show, but I don't think she deserves to die.
Ina Gardner.
Carrot Top. Dude, honestly, this is probably a dangerous thing to say, but if Carrot Top ever dies under mysterious circumstances, they should come question me. Make sure I have an alibi.
Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
I'm just saying.
Don't be rude to
Andy,
him.
I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.